Hello, everybody. My name is Lauren, and I am a presidential diamond with It Works Global. And I'm also one of the top 150 income earners. And tonight, I have the absolute honor and privilege of messaging a dear friend who is also an incredibly successful It Works distributor. And I get to kind of pick her brain and let her tell her story. And so for my special guest, would you introduce yourself? Would you tell us who you are, where you're from, how long you've been with It Works, and then would you also tell us about your family and what else you do outside of It Works?
Yes. Okay. Hello, everybody. My name's Crystal, and I am from San Jose, California. I have been with It Works for about 18 months now. And what I do outside of It Works, let's see, my husband is a pastor, so I'm a pastor's wife, and we are very busy with ministry and all that comes with that. And I have two sweet babies, a 5-year-old boy and an 18-month-old boy. And they are the reason why I'm doing this. And then also I'm a nurse. And so I work a few days out of the home as a registered nurse. And that's a little snapshot of my life.
Awesome. And so she's just very normal, very busy. And there are, just for those who don't know or maybe are new to the company, there are 8 ranks within the company. And we're going to go into those more in a moment. But Crystal is currently a double diamond with It Works. And that is the 5th out of 8 ranks. And I laugh because it's like, this is so possible. This is so possible for anybody. And the average double diamond makes $5,000 to $6,000 a month. And that's incredible. But Crystal, will you tell us what led you to join It Works and how did you get started? What were you thinking when you got started?
So, you, Lauren, we've known each other for quite some time, and you had messaged me a couple of times when you first got started almost 3 years ago now, and just periodically touched base with me, and I wasn't interested at all for a very long time, as you know. Mm-hmm. And I believe it was about 16 months into your journey. And at the time I happened to be pregnant with my second child, and I was probably about 7 months pregnant at the time. And we were really, really hoping and praying for a way to make it work out where I wouldn't have to go back to work as much as I had been working at the time. And I was working 3 to 4 days a week, not 5 days a week, but still more than I really wanted to be at work and away from my kids. And so it just so happened that I had been just kind of thinking and muddling through the idea of maybe asking you for more information, and maybe like a couple of weeks it had been. And I'd even mentioned to my husband, Lauren's doing so good. Like, I mean, maybe I should just ask her. And you happened to message me a couple weeks after I started thinking about it, about the good bonuses being back. Mm-hmm. And it's probably I would say probably like the 4th or 5th time in overall that you had messaged me about the business. And I shot you a message back, and I was like, I've actually been thinking about it, and you probably fell out of your chair. Because I was very clear, like, no, it's not for me prior to that. But seriously, I just have always had the dream of being a stay-at-home mommy. Ever since I was little, my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and I'm really close to my mom. And she was just always there. She picked us up, she drove us places, she dropped us off at school. She just was everything in our life as children. And I always wanted to be that for my kids. And it just wasn't a possibility, wasn't even a little bit practical where we live in California, in the Bay Area. it's expensive to live here.
Mm-hmm.
And on a pastor's salary, I mean, he just doesn't, that's just not a one income type of salary for your household.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that doesn't sound ungrateful at all in any way, but you know what I mean? So anyways, we were just, me more than anyone, was just hoping and praying that maybe, just maybe, I could make this work enough to where I could cut back even like one day a week from my job outside of the home. So that's kind of how it all started.
I think that is so funny and so interesting to be interviewing you, a year and a half-ish into your journey, and here you are successful, and people are probably watching you, Crystal, saying, I don't know, like, she's successful. Could I do this? Couldn't I? Oh, it's probably just because she's Crystal. All the things that so many of us tell ourselves. We take ourselves out so quick. And, we never know the backstory. And, for those who are watching this that are like, a distributor, and you're like, I feel bad following up. You never know. You never know. Timing is everything. And for those that are watching this, they're like, what is this? What is this? I want you to know, like, this is real. And it doesn't matter how long you've watched, the opportunity is the same or greater. And so, Crystal, you and I have talked, and you're taking your team places. Like, you guys are headed to the top together. And that is such a fun thing, such an exciting thing. And I know you and I, our heart, we've kind of talked, like, we want to leave a legacy of freedom, of hope for people, more than just great products, more than money. Like, we want to allow others to change their life. And for a lot of people, that's reaching the rank, the 4th promotion of diamond. And the average diamond makes around $2,000 a month. And for many people, that's where they're feeling a true difference. Not just a little difference where they can make it, but like, maybe I could quit my job. Maybe I don't have to work so many days, all of that. And so I know that for you and your heart, we kind of joke, but it's like, we want to create that diamond legacy. Was that an immediate goal for you to make real money right away?
So I honestly can say that getting into this, I wasn't even in the place of mind where I could say I had a goal. Like, people say, oh, I didn't even know that I wasn't dreaming for my life. And I would say that's exactly where I was. I looked at the income chart and I kind of counted myself out before I even got started from the very beginning. And I was just like, well, that would be great, but I doubt I can actually get there. So let's just kind of see what happens, So in the back of my mind, and like the small place that like wanted to hope, I absolutely would say that looking at that income chart and knowing what an average diamond makes, that was totally a place that I was shooting for, like in the back of my mind, where I was kind of letting myself go there. And that amount of income coming in for us as a family, when I did hit diamond, was an absolute game changer. And not even just for us, but for people watching us. When I hit diamond, there were a lot of people that stood up and took notice and were finally like, oh, like, this is actually something real. And I had people join me at that time once I hit diamond, and I felt like they, decided that at that point they could take me seriously. Obviously I had people join me before then as well, but I definitely would say that the small part of me that wanted to hope absolutely wanted to hit diamond.
So good. And why would you say diamond should be a goal for everybody? Why would you tell to a distributor or to somebody that has no idea, and they're like, what the heck is a diamond? Like, the structure is there. Like, there's no guesswork. You just got to trust us on that one. We'll help you. We'll guide you. But why should that be a goal for everybody?
I mean, part of what I just shared, that when you can say, so for us, diamond meant that I was able to make our rent. When I went diamond, my husband went ruby. And so with our income combined, I was able to pay rent in the Bay Area with my check that I made from my cell phone. And that was humongous. I mean, it proved to myself that, yes, I could do this. It proved to anybody that was watching me. It proved to people that weren't even watching me yet, but all of a sudden took notice that this is real. And, you know, I feel like that is a big motivator to get yourself to diamond. Like, there's always people that think that this isn't real, or think that it's a scam, or think that it's paying you in product or something, you know, just crazy stuff. And being able to show those people, I can do this, and if I can do this, you can do it too. Like, I'm not anyone special. I'll speak for myself, and I will speak for, I know this whole group of people on our team, in the Blessed team, all the leadership would say, I'm not anybody special. I don't have training in this area. I don't come with an expertise or a background in this. Like, I'm a nurse. I don't, sell things. I don't know how to market or make myself, marketable or whatever. I don't even know the right terminology, as you can tell. But I just feel like being able to take yourself to a place where other people are starting to take notice, and it gives them hope. When they see you as a normal person, they know you in your everyday life. Maybe they already know you're not someone special. And if they see you being successful at this, then they start to feel like this glimmer of hope within their heart that they can be successful at this too.
Yeah. I love that. Okay, so in your journey, I know that you had a pivotal weekend. There's something that you experienced that kind of launched your business and helped you see just maybe what it is you had your hands on. Can you tell us about that and what's helped you reach your heights with this company? I mean, you're in the top 1% worldwide of everything we're doing. And so what was that turning point for you?
Yes. So, it's funny, like, sharing this with you, since you already know. I'm going to pretend like you don't.
But we have to tell your story. So here we go.
So, okay. Last July, I had plans to go to a conference that It Works holds every July. It's called Green Carpet. And it's kind of like a mini conference gathering of any distributor that can attend. And leading up to that, I was Ruby. I was at Ruby level, which is awesome.
And an average of $500 a month.
Average of $500 a month. Our company, the foundation, is built on rubies. We love, love, love rubies. However, I really felt like I was struggling in that and didn't see myself growing as quickly as I wanted to. And definitely leading up to Green Carpet, I was feeling disheartened and kind of discouraged and down on myself, to the point of feeling like I'm not really sure if I'm going to carry on with this. I'm going to go to Green Carpet because I had already bought my ticket. Like, everything had already been arranged. Childcare for my older son. I was bringing my baby with me. It was kind of, everything had already been put in place, and we had paid for everything already. So I was like, well, I'm going to go, I'm going to get to see Lauren. I'm going to get to meet some awesome ladies. So we'll just kind of see, and I totally went into it with the perspective of, God, I need something specific. I need to get something specific out of this that is going to make me stay. And so I went, and Lauren in her glorious sweet self was like, so what are you hoping to get out of this weekend? and then, and I'm like, well, honestly, Lauren, I'm just hoping for a reason to stay. And she's like, okay. I don't even remember how the conversation progressed after that, but we just rolled with it. And so I went to green carpet. I had my 5-month-old with me. I was totally like, I could say that I was totally distracted, and my focus wasn't 100% there, but that didn't matter even a little bit. Like, I was blown away. I cried. It was emotional. It was inspiring. It was motivating. It was like, pull yourself up by your bootstraps and just do it. And if all of these people that got to walk across the stage, and I had to walk across the stage, which was like really like not even a little bit in my comfort zone, but like all the, real people that were on the stage and talking and sharing, and they seemed, just as normal as I seem. And to be able to like hear where they had come from and where they were now, it was so powerful, so powerful. And I am 100% certain that was instrumental. Getting myself to that conference was instrumental in where I am now. I left that conference, and it was like the last week of July, Lauren.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I, like, in 1 week, I had everything in place, and I went diamond that month.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And then I finally started to believe Lauren, because she kept saying, you're really close. I promise. Like, maybe it doesn't look like that to you, but you're close. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't even, like, I was just so negative. I couldn't even really put belief into that. But that conference, green carpet, changed everything for me.
So good. So good. Events is something that It Works does once in a while. And I feel like meeting the culture, seeing the culture tangibly, like watching people walk by, listening to the stories. Who are you standing in line with? What are they like? I feel like going and seeing that this is like really real and so much bigger than any of us can imagine is huge. So I think that that's something to really hone in on. And then she mentioned, she was Ruby when she went, and rubies are the foundation, and the average ruby makes around $500 a month. Okay, rubies are huge because anybody that I've talked with say $300 to $500 a month in their life is going to make a difference, whether they need it or not. If they don't need it, they'll be able to spend it quick. If they need it, it can make a huge difference of them losing everything or keeping, their lights on in their car and milk for their cereal for their kids instead of cold water. Like, legit, like, people need this and what they have. And a diamond has 3 rubies under it. And I like people to kind of start to understand that. For me and Crystal, we're like, tell me what we need to do and we're going to do it. And there's no guesswork. And so you just have to trust that you're sorry. Is that a car? Okay.
Passed her house really loud.
No, you're fine. I'm loving this. I'm so encouraged right now. So I'm going to kind of shift a little bit. And, you said you're your own worst critic. You couldn't even like see the hope. You were negative. You're like, what do I do? Like, I don't see it. And that is beauty. Number one, we can have others believe for us until we believe for ourselves. But what is a way that you would say you're a pro in this business? What's an area?
Oh boy, that's really, really hard. So, I don't feel like I'm a pro at all by any sense of the word. But I will say that one thing, that I feel like has other people have told me, this is something that really spoke to me about you, or this is why I joined, or, and I just feel like that I share my life, and that this has just become a part of my life. And that I incorporate what the business is doing for us as a family and make it public. And I just show people, like, a lot on social media, or even just in talking to people. Just today, I went and got my hair done, and the assistant who was helping my stylist was like, "Oh my gosh, like, do you sell wraps?" I had my shirt on, and we just talked for like 20 minutes while she was putting my color in. Got my roots done, thank God. And anyways, just making it a part of your everyday life. One of the distributors on my team was really impacted when I said that I posted that our trip to Disneyland that we took in January was 100% paid for by one paycheck with It Works. And that just really like hit home for her. And she joined me that month.
Yeah.
And she's doing amazing things. So I just feel like really showing people, even if it's something small, like I didn't start out being able to pay for Disneyland, my first check or whatever. But I started talking about being able to pay my cell phone bill, like that was a big deal for us, like being able to pay one bill in its entirety without having to budget that in with our paycheck from our normal jobs. Like that was a huge deal. And that's a huge deal for people watching you and you don't even realize it. So, I would feel like that's an area that, being able to draw people in with the lifestyle that this is for us.
So good. Just simple things, not experts here. Not experts at all. Just normal, very normal. Yes. What is the biggest tip that you could give somebody wanting to reach the heights that you've reached with this company?
Okay. I feel like it would be lots of little tips, but I definitely would say consistency is high up on my list. Being able to share every day, mixing it into just your normal life, like I mentioned, and showing people that you're here and you're not going anywhere. And if you're not getting an immediate response from people, not letting that make you feel discouraged to the point of giving up before you've even given it a good shot. And so, I would definitely say consistency. And then I would say belief in a huge, huge way. I struggle with this one because I tend to be a pessimist in general. My husband would tell you. He's the opposite. And so I definitely struggle with seeing the glass is half full and not half empty. Lauren could tell you that too. So, however, I have definitely made a shift in my mind and in my heart with just the way that I say things about myself and the way that I say things to myself, and really just speaking belief and speaking life. And that's been a big game changer for me personally.
Yeah. That's so good. I want to cry. No, I think that those are all really tangible things. And, if it took you 16, 18 months to join, I know that you're one of my most vocal lifers. You're like, I'm in, like, I'm not going anywhere. And, one of the things that I think that Crystal thinks about is, the girl she met today, will Crystal still be in this in 16 months? And then the girl she meets tomorrow, does she have 16 months of Crystal's time? And so I think that's just one of the ways that her mind is starting to think of, I can't go anywhere. Like, what if I'm out there? Somebody like me is out there that needs this. And so she kind of promises her time. And I love that about you. And so to finish up tonight, do you have any ahas or just anything from your heart that you want to say? We'd love to hear from you.
I don't want to sound like a, broken record or repeat what I've already shared, but I would just say, trust the process. you mentioned before, Lauren, and I think we should give this a little bit more weight, but there are people that believe in you if you can't believe in yourself. And Lauren, I totally borrowed that from you. And, you know, if you can't find that belief within your heart yet to even get started or to carry on, if you have started already and you're not seeing the results that you want to see yet, I would say find the person that is going to believe in you for you and talk to them a lot and let them speak that belief into you. I would also say, just like I said already, consistency is so huge. You can't expect other people to take you seriously if you're on again, off again. It's really, really hard for people to buy into that. Yes, like let yourself, you know, there's grace, of course, but consistency is such a big deal. And I have people, and Lauren has people that who months, years down the line have finally responded to a message that you sent, you know, and that's okay. Like their timing is their timing. Don't let that discourage you if you're not, you know, someone ignores your message or whatnot. Like it's not the end of the world. As long as you stay consistent, people will come around, I promise. Don't let the negativity get to you there. Just expect it. Just expect it and know that it's going to happen, and don't be shocked by it. And pray over your business. This is a big deal. This is a really big deal. Pray over your business. Pray over the people that God is bringing into your business. I firmly, firmly believe that this has been a game changer for my business. And Lauren would say the same thing. Pray over your team. Do life together. Yeah, those have been my ahas. Like that is where it's at. This is a relational business, and love people. And you know, yeah, I can't really add more to that. Just love people.
I love it. And real quick, would you say anybody can do this or just certain people?
Yeah, I would definitely say that it's not just certain people. We have a whole mix of awesome people on our team that are succeeding at this every day, you guys. Every day. I am not a people person. And I feel like people think, oh, you have to be this outgoing, outrageous people person, fun, you know, energetic personality and know a million people to be successful at this. None of that describes me at all. So anyone can do this. Anyone, absolutely anyone.
So good. I think once we all know our why and what's driving us, the how is just going to happen. So, Crystal, thank you so much for sharing some of your story. I know it's just getting started. I know that you and your team, and those not even on your team yet, are going to be at the top. And it's very exciting to see how God can just refine each of us through this process. So thank you, and good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.